Kenya's guest came calling some moments after 11 a.m. On hand to receive her was President Uhuru Kenyatta and other senior government officials. The visit historical, as it was the first time a British Prime Minister was visiting Kenya since the 1988 visit by the then Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. A 19-gun salute for May, after which she inspected the Guard of Honor. After the fanfare, it was time to get down to business as the two countries sought to improve relations through areas of mutual cooperation. And now, Kenya has secured the support of the United Kingdom in the ongoing fight against graft. In what could be a shot in the arm, both leaders signed an agreement that would see the United Kingdom facilitate the repatriation of billions of shillings stashed in the country in form of money and assets.
This is because fighting corruption is an important aspect of my own legacy program, together with the unity of the country and the attainment of our big four centered around investment in housing, manufacturing, security, food security and universal health.
And I welcome the commitment you've made to drive this vice from your country. We stand with you in this fight. And today, as you say, we signed an agreement to ensure that any proceeds of corruption in Kenya that end up in the UK will be given back to the Kenyan people and spent for their benefit.
Already, Kenya has an existing agreement with New Jersey and Switzerland, the target being over 70 billion shillings stashed in Swiss banks. This even as President Uhuru Kenyatta vowed that he would not relent in the fight against corruption as he seeks to entrench accountability in public service.
Depriving people, therefore, of the proceeds of their crimes is one major detriment against this vice, and we are determined to make it painfully unrewarding and expensive to get involved in corruption in Kenya. As I have said, in this fora and others, there is no turning back in Kenya on this agenda.
On the security front, Prime Minister May announced a joint training cooperation between UK and Kenyan forces meant to equip them in the fight against terrorism.
The UK is no longer just training our own military in Kenya, but training with Kenyans to promote stability in East Africa and beyond, and to build the continent's capacity to overcome its own challenges and deliver its own security. And later today, I will see our militaries training together in the techniques to identify and destroy improvised explosive devices.
May supported President Uhuru Kenyatta's call for a stronger Somalia Defence Forces.
The UK continues to support the commitment of the brave Kenyan soldiers fighting in Somalia against al-Shabaab. And I will announce a new package of funding to support the African Union mission in Somalia.
This is an area where both the United Kingdom and ourselves have worked closely on, and as a result, we have seen a diminishing of terrorist threats in our region that still remains vulnerable.
May was, however, cagey on whether the UK would support Kenya's candidacy for non-permanent membership to the United Nations Security Council.
The UK never reveals how we vote on these matters, but what I have discussed with President Kenyatta today is how the UK and Kenya can work more closely together in cooperation as we see the lead up to that vote taking place.
The United Kingdom has also pledged support for the Building Bridges initiative and President Kenyatta's Big Four agenda. John Jacob Curia, Channel 1 News.